Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Trent Dressel from CourseCareers, and today I'm speaking with Lauren to talk about her transformation breaking into tech sales. Lauren, it looks like you've been a business development representative for about 6 or so months now, so I'm really excited to hear about how you got to that point and really how your life has changed as a result of this new career path. Why don't you talk about your personal transformation, Lauren, getting involved with CourseCareers, and then getting on this new path in the tech industry?
Sure. So I actually have a background in healthcare. I've been a respiratory therapist for 7 years, and I worked throughout the pandemic. And throughout the pandemic, it was rough. Okay, I was prepared, and I had handled death before, but not in that capacity. So after maybe I think it was October 2021 was my last time like clocking out and clocking in and clocking out, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I can do this anymore. And of course, I was like devastated about it because I had went to school, I had got my degree. I actually got a bachelor's degree in cardiorespiratory care science, which is a fancy way of just saying respiratory therapy. So throughout that transition, what I did was January 2022, I moved to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, and I had always thought about tech, but like everybody else, I thought the only way to get into tech was through coding. And I'm like, I don't want to put myself in more debt. And so after just a couple months of being there, I actually saw this guy named Cyrus on Instagram, and he talked about being in tech. And Course Careers came up, and I did some research, and I was like, okay, well, this isn't like too big of a drop in the bucket for my future. I'm always investing in myself, so why not? So I took the course, and temporarily I had worked for a company that was social media marketing. And now
Hmm.
I actually work for a donor management software company, and I absolutely love it. I haven't announced it on LinkedIn yet. I just took my banner down, but yeah, I've been there for like 5 weeks now, and I absolutely love working for this company.
Well, congratulations on the new role, and I encourage everyone to go look up Lauren Evans on LinkedIn. You have a nice LinkedIn, just well formatted and professional. I'm sure it helped you find these new opportunities.
Yes,
Can you
it
talk about whatever you feel comfortable with financially and just lifestyle wise, how your life has changed since going from more of this healthcare industry to tech?
is.
And most specifically with this new opportunity, just what that's going to look like and what you're most excited about.
What I'm most excited about is just like learning. So I work for Bloomerang, and Bloomerang is a donation or donor retention software. And we just acquired In It Live, and it's a volunteer management software. And so I'm just excited to learn about not only my part of Bloomerang, but like In It Live and all these other companies that we've acquired, just learn about all the technology that they have. One thing about me is I am a serial learner. I feel like if I could have went to school to be like a forever student and got paid for it, I would have done that. Or didn't have to go into more debt for it. I definitely would have done that. Um, so with this company, I am just excited to grow. There's so many areas I can go into. Of course, account executive. But one thing, cool thing about the account execs at Bloomerang, they're also like the sales engineers. And I also took a sales engineering boot camp, and so that would be something I would love to do. As far as the financial part of it, um, I'm actually making what I would have made as a respiratory therapist, actually more. So, and I have the opportunity to triple my income. So, I am very excited about that. I am going to be working as hard as I can to hit six figures. That is one of my ultimate goals.
Wow.
I am at When I took this position, I told them that one of the things I wanted to do is create generational wealth and actually generational knowledge. I'm the first one in my family to ever do anything tech. So I'm also, my little sister is 17, and I'm letting her know, hey, there's more than just going to college. There's actually you can do this without a college degree. I wish I
Yeah.
would have known about it sooner. Because like I said, that I thought tech was the only way to get into tech was coding, and I had no knowledge of it. So I'm really excited about not only the opportunity for me, but the opportunity for my family. So yeah.
Can you talk about that tech sales career path
Mhm.
broadly from the SDR, BDR, account executive, sales engineer, where you could go from there, creating this generational wealth. I know you're talking about some unique specifics to your path, but just broadly speaking, for someone that has never heard of tech sales, what
Mhm.
does it look like getting started, and what can they expect going forward?
I would say getting started, course careers was it for me. Like it taught me so much. Just investing that amount in myself, like what was it, 450, 500? Like I think I got a $50 discount code, so it was 450 at the time. And I've made that. I've only been working for 5 weeks. I've made that five times over already, if not more. I'm sure it's more. I'm just not doing math correctly in my head right now. But I've already made that. That is a small drop in the bucket to what you could be doing. Course Careers prepared me. You talked about my LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is like that because Course Careers prepared me to have a great LinkedIn. Course Careers, I'm working with Salesforce, outreach, all the things that Course Careers prepared me to work with. So that was Course Careers. Can't say it enough, but Course Careers definitely helped me a lot. Prepared me for my interview questions. What I did was I wrote those down. Um, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, and I'm so sorry. But the study guide that prepared me
Hmm.
actually for my interviews because I talked about the spin selling. I talked about the sales cycle. So everything that was on the test, and learning, being prepared throughout the course, that definitely helped me. Um,
How long did it take you going from starting Course Careers to then landing your job?
so actually I paused Course Careers for a second, and I really hate that I did that because I could have got a job way sooner. I actually, the job I have now, I finished Course Careers in the end of January. And then I got my job offer at the end of March. So not too long at all.
And what specifically did you learn in Course Careers that helped prepared you to be successful?
I would say just the things you guys taught us about, like actually one of my interview a part of my interview was sending out an email just about a company, or like a prospecting email. Send out a prospecting email to a company, and I actually used some of the templates from Course Careers to help me with the interview process. And I think because I was able to answer that or do the email so flawlessly, that I got the job. It was immediate. I sent out the second part of my interview, maybe a day or two later, 2 days later, because it was the weekend. So 3 days later, Monday, I was able to get that email back like, hey, we want to move you to the next step. So if you pay attention to Course Careers, I promise it will help you so much, not only in the interview process, but also when you start working.
How many companies did you apply to?
I applied to a couple of, not really a couple, a lot, because of the economy. And I knew that, when I finished it, of course, I wanted to be like, oh, 2 weeks, I got a job, 3 weeks, I got a job. But it took me a little bit longer, one, because the economy is the way it is right now and so many layoffs. But actually, one of my cohorts from Course Careers, and now he's my coworker, his name is Lauren. He posted about this job, and I was like, you know what? I really like what this company is doing, so let me interview for this job, or let me apply for the job. And I applied for it, and I heard back immediately, and I was just extremely grateful for the opportunity. So, and I actually
Yeah.
had a couple interviews, and I was just like kind of shocked, but in both of them, I was able to go to the next step because of the template that I used, or the template that you guys provided at Course Careers to help me. So yeah.
Do you believe that you would have been able to get hired into tech so quickly without Course Careers?
No, no, not without the knowledge that Course Careers provided. Yeah.
And when you got hired, I know that you had worked for a different company for a few months and then you
Hmm.
recently started at your new company. What was your experience like day in the life, the first few months getting ramped up, learning about your new technology, learning about selling? What were some of those key lessons you had?
So one is don't have unrealistic expectations. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna get in and I'm gonna hit all my numbers very quickly because oh, that's just what I do. I can do this. Like I'm a hard worker, and I'm like, no, it's not as easy as as easy or as fast as you want it to be. But I'm slowly getting my way up there. So yeah, just don't have unrealistic expectations. Um, Always do your best and give yourself some grace. It takes time.
And when you say it takes time,
Mhm.
looking forward ahead in time, what are you most excited about? I know I had asked the most excited about question, but what is your path to getting to tripling the income to you talked about? What do you feel like needs to happen in order for that to become a reality?
Just being diligent, asking questions, staying curious, being open. Because sometimes when you work from home, one great thing about my company, we do every Friday, we do happy hour with each other. That gives us time to get to know each
Mm.
other. We do an introduction every time somebody is hired. But just staying in touch with your coworkers. My coworkers are the sweetest people ever. They knew that my first day on the phones was going to be a couple, maybe a week ago, a couple days ago, and everybody texted me like, "Hey, are you doing okay? How's everything going? Is there anything we can do to help? Do you have any questions?" Like, it was great. We do role plays, so that helps a lot. So yeah.
What was your experience beginning to hit the phones? Are we talking cold calls and what does
Yes.
that look like?
It was cold calls, and the cold calls were a little scary for me at first, actually. And I was like, "Hey, girl, you help save lives. Like, why are you scared to make a phone call?" It was just because it's something new. When you're introduced to something new, it can be a little scary at first, but it was great. One great thing about talking to people who are nonprofit focused, they're very nice people. You don't have too many people that call and you ask a question, they just hang up on you. That's sweet. Oh no, thank you, not right now. Maybe at another time, or they'll listen to your 30-second commercial. Like, they'll listen to you. They'll talk to you. So that's one good thing about working for a nonprofit company. Yeah.
What are some of the other challenges you've experienced since getting into tech sales?
um well, like I said before, just expectations of myself more than anything. And then also, it's something that's totally new for me as far as working for a SaaS company. So that was a challenge as far as like learning, thinking I had to know every single thing about the software. And that's not my job to know every single thing about the software. My job is to sell the software. So that was a big challenge for me too.
And when you think about all the people out there listening right now that are going through unique challenges in their life, maybe they feel like they've reached a plateau in their current career path and they want to completely change. Maybe they're trying to get out of debt. Maybe they're trying to provide for their family. If
Mhm.
they do have even a percent, 1% interest in getting into tech sales, we have linked the free tech sales intro course below where they can learn more about what is tech sales and a sales development, business development rep. Why is it
Mhm.
a great career? How to actually get started? Can you give us the 15, 30-second quick pitch why someone should consider clicking the first link in the description below to get started just to learn more?
Um, well, I'm gonna say life changing. Like, it can be life changing for you. You don't know where you can go when it comes to tech sales. Like, you may be a SDR for 6 months to a year, and you may switch over to if you feel like SDR or tech sales isn't for you, you can switch over to sales engineering. You can switch over to marketing. Like, once you get your foot in the door, it can change your life and your family's life too. So,
And what is a sales engineer, Lauren? Because I know you've mentioned it a few times. I'm sure some folks may be curious. What is a sales engineer? I hear engineer, oh, technical, confusing, coding. What is a
yeah.
sales engineer?
They basically teach you about the product. So that if you say I get I get prospect and they're on the phone, they want to buy the product, or they're interested in the product, they need to know more information about the product, the sales engineer usually gives the demos. They give demos, they tell you what the product is about. You usually have some questions, and they are able to answer the questions that the person wants to know before they buy the product. So they are more
Fantastic.
on the know the software side.
And that's an important call out, because if you get in sales, tech sales, start as a sales development, business development rep, maybe you realize sales isn't for you, but you can then pivot within sales to still a non-technical role, like a sales engineer, marketing, customer success, to your point,
yes.
or you can continue forward in the individual contributor route, account executive, which basically closing deals, a sales manager, VP of sales, take over the company, whatever it is you want to do.
Anything you want to do, it's not impossible. You just have to take that leap. Believe in yourself and invest in yourself. If you invest in yourself and really believe in yourself and that you can do it, it can happen for you for sure.
Fantastic. Well, hopefully, sir.
Yes.
That's going to be an inspiration to many listening to that, Lauren. Thank you so much for being here today. And everyone still listening, we'll see you at Course Careers.
Yes.